let me show you how to solve this math problem. It says evaluate 0.064 raised to power minus 1 over 3. So the first thing you have to do is to change this decimal fraction to proper fraction. How do we do that? This can then be written as, if I count from here, 1, 2, 3. How many places? 3 places. So I'm going to have 64 all over 30. You can see 1, 2, 3 because I counted 1, 2, 3 until decimal point. So this is same thing as this. Raised to power minus 1 all over 3. Now, according to the negative law of indices, the negative power law of indices that says that a raised to power minus 1 is same thing as 1 all over a. So we're going to implement that here. A raised to power minus 1 is same thing as 1 all over a. We're going to do the same thing here. Therefore, this can then be written as 1 all over 64 all over 1000 raised to power 1 all over 3. I hope you are getting it to this point. Great. Now, what does 1 over 3 signify? Whenever a number, for instance, n is raised to power 1 over 3, it simply means cube root of that number. So, n raised to power 1 over 3 is same thing as the cube root of n. Is that taken? So that means we are going to be finding the cube root of 64 and 1000. So we can then write it as 1 all over cube root of both 64 and 1000. This power is shared by 64 and 1000. So whenever you have, for instance, a all over b raised to power n, what it means is that you have a raised to power n all over b raised to power n. So both of them will share it. That's what I've done here. Now, we need to find the cube root of 64 and that of 1000. The cube root of a number means that when you multiply that number into 3 places, it will give you back this. For instance, what number can I multiply by itself into 3 places to get 64? If I say 4 times 4 times 4, that will give me 4 times 4 is 16. 16 times 4 is 64. So you can see, I can then write this as, how many times can you see 4? 1, 2, 3, 3 times 4 raised to power 3. I hope that's making sense now. So we can then write this as, so I'm going to clean up this place. Then we have 1 all over cube root. I've already resolved 64, which is same thing as 4 raised to power 3. Then for 1000, what number do I need to multiply 3 times to get 1000? 10. If I say 10 times 10 times 10, that will give me 10. How many times can we see the 10? 1, 2, 3. So 3. Therefore, we can write 1000 as 10 raised to power 3. Because of that, we can cancel this power. The power will be cancelled with the cube roots. So we are then left with 1 divided by 4 all over 10. This is what we have. And for us to remove this division sign, we need to introduce multiplication sign. Now, the implication of introducing multiplication sign is that you must invert the numbers. That means 10 will go up and then 4 goes down. So the opposite of division is multiplication. That's what I just did here. 4 can be divided by 2 to give us 2. And then 10 divided by 2 will give us 5. So 5 times 1 is same thing as 5 all over 2. This is the final answer. So the answer to this problem is 5 all over 2. If you want to check, then use a calculator to carry this operation and it will give you 5 all over 2, which is same thing as 2.5. I believe it is clear now. If you have any other question, please drop a comment in the comment section. Thank you so much, and I believe you've learned something from this. Bye.